Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Today we're going to be looking at the Mauler team. Finally got everything all worked out. There was actually a bug when I went into the tavern. It would actually crash the tavern. So finished up my guild bosses as I normally do. Been pushing progression a little bit. Let's use our soulstone, which we get a copy of Belinda. Hopefully the rare ones will give us 3 copies of Maulers, which are pretty good. Not sure exactly who I'm going to be working on in this video yet, or who I'm going to ascend. But I went ahead and finished all of my quests so we could get the most gems. Finished up my merchant, so we do have one more summons, which I'm hoping for another Mauler card right here, which unfortunately not. It's a light bearer card. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the summons. And of course, I'm going to flip them all over at the same time as requested by everybody. Tired of watching all the cards come around. So there, unfortunately, no Maulers on that pull. Hopefully we get some luck. Which, okay, we have an elite there. Hopefully it is a Mauler. Nope, it is an Iran. We did get another copy of Safiya there, though, I seen. This one, 2 Goalless and a Safiya, which is pretty good. Free up a little bit of space at the temple. And we got Iran, so when we get to the faction towers, that'll be pretty good. Quite a few gems on here, quite a few companion summons. So hoping that we can get a couple, which we got some more fodder there. But we do need a couple elites, and we need some Mauler elites. So there's another one, which is copy of Leica. So the Wilder team is getting a lot of love. So let's go ahead. Hopefully with the summons we can get one more elite is all that I'm asking for. At least a couple more fodders before we can use our companion points. We do need something for the Mauler team. It seems like they've been having the Graveborn luck, so we did get more fodder there, which is good. Not sure if we have enough in the barracks to summon anybody, which it looks like we're a couple hundred short. Nobody else to buy. All right, so this will be the team. So let's go ahead and get some Maulers up. So looking at the Mauler team, we have Safiya. So overall, I like the team. Antandra is one that I think we're going to have to use. Use her a couple times, even on the main account. She dies all the time. Same with Satrana. So Antandra and Satrana, I think it is. I have her ascended on my main account. She gets absolutely destroyed anytime I use her. Same with Antandra. So both of those I'm not seeing much value at. Even when I look at Discord or I look at afkarena.net, they're score very low. Don't see them in any other PvP teams. Don't really see much of a value. So I think they're going to be the heroes that we're ultimately going to use, but we do have 2 copies of Elite Plus Safiya there. We have Warwick, we have Scrag. Titus is another one that I'm kind of on the fence. I don't think there's been enough testing for him. But let me go ahead and give it some thought. I think it's going to be Safiya that we're going to go ahead and get up in this video. That way we can actually get her to the Ascended level with Antandra. So we'll get her there to Mythic Plus, which is very nice. And then we do have more than enough copies, so we will take her to Ascended, just like we did with Belinda and Iran. She is the next Ascended, so the Graveborn team is the only one that doesn't have anyone that's Ascended yet. And then we're going to go ahead and get our copy of Safiya up here, which I believe I'm going to have to use some of my blue fodder. So let's go ahead and we'll get one more copy of him because we'll get an elite. I didn't have another copy when I looked, but we do have more than enough blue elites to get another copy of him. We'll save our last blue elite for Safiya. So that will give us enough to actually level him up. So using him and then a copy of himself plus the Santanra, I can't say the Mauler's names. So we'll get him to Legendary, and then we will use him to Legendary Plus. Legendary Plus is as far as he goes for his Ascension level. As you can see, they move him right to the bottom. I was considering using him for K-Sauce to get him to Mythic, but I'm not going to have enough heroes. So to have 5 Legendary Plus heroes, he is my 5th because Antandra was replaced with our Ascended Safiya. So right now we're going to have to hold off. He is going to be fodder once you get him to about 180. 180 is the cap for him. Can't progress him any further. He does an insane amount of damage coupled with Safiya's shield that she puts up makes him do even more damage. So there is the Mauler team, as you see in the top. Safiya, K-Sauce, Brutus, Nemitsu, and Savius is going to be the team. But if you look, we have double copies of K-Sauce, we have double copies of Brutus, we have one Namora there, quite a few Titus. So this team seems prepped. Just a little bit more food, we should be able to absolutely dominate. Let's go ahead and do the campaign push, which we're at 15-12. And there's the Savius. Like I said, we had to save him. I almost didn't, and that would have been a big mistake because we actually wouldn't have had anyone for food. And as you can see, the auto and the 2 times were off because of the reset. So like I said, I had to completely wipe the game to restart it because it was, and this was the only account that it was bugged, which I think right off the bat, that is going to be a defeat. All right, so that's kind of bad RNG. We started off a little bit slow. We'll give 15-12 another go, which I like the team setup. I like the formation. And it seems like Brutus dies pretty quick here, even though I have him in pretty good gear, and I love the immunity. That's why I put Safiya right behind him, just because of the immunity shield, but I think I might switch him to K-Sauce, which this might be another defeat. It's going to be pretty close, which it looks like Safiya is going to... She does. She takes it out. So that was a pretty close. So 15-12 is done. That was a pretty close battle. There's been a couple where Safiya just really pulls it out in the end. If you look at the little Nemitsu totem right behind Verk, the totem actually took him out all the way, and even the AoE that he does, he used on the totem. That's why I love the distraction so much. And even there, Brutus ran to the back to attack the totem. That is what really makes Nemitsu shine. Not only having the totems is the ability to heal. He is the only support class the Maulers have. As you can see, we have the little totem right in the back, and it has taken... That's it. Took the hero all the way down with the totems that he had back there. Pops up another totem in the top, so now we have one in the top and the bottom, which the heroes are just set on destroying the totems. And I do like the build. I think getting K-Sauce up a little bit more, especially with the signature item getting quite a bit higher. And if you look at enemy K-Sauce again, totem just takes him out, right out of the back line. And unfortunately, the immunity shield, I think, is going to eat the Safiya's fireball here, but we still got it down. And I love the totems go situational, so the heroes with the lower hit points will actually get the totem behind them, which is pretty nice. This one I actually swapped where Safiya is, so if you're using Safiya just like the normal casters, when you're fighting a hero like Brutus, she'll actually dump a ton of damage into him when he has the immunity shield up. That's why I actually swapped her to the bottom to make sure that her damage doesn't go useless, just putting it into the immunity shield. All right, so we are on 15-17, I think it was. And CC with Arden is going to be a little bit tough, which there I'm not actually seeing any because the totem took him down again. Very cool to see the totems. I think if Nemitsu was quite a bit higher, I'm not sure endgame how well he'll do, but the totems, just like Bade Negrezzo with the distraction, they always go right for the totems. Trying to see, yep, he popped one up right there and actually took out everybody. Safiya did. And her little falling sun ability just has so much damage. You just instantly pretty much kill anyone who's coming around her once she uses her ult. And even with Nemitsu getting a buff and Savius getting a buff, both of them do a high amount of damage, but all three of them together is just very, very devastating team. That's why I feel like this team has really good synergy, where the Wilder team, I'm not really feeling it. Lightbearer is definitely. Wilder's not so much. The Graveborn seem to be pretty good. All kind of working together. And one thing about Safiya, if you even seen right there, is when she's powering up her ability, if you press her portrait again, it'll actually launch her ultimate ability. And you'll see it a couple of times, so just kind of pay attention through the video. her ability might not be fully charged and I release it early. And that's kind of by design, because if I let her ability fully charge, most of the time it's more than enough damage to take out everyone on the map or take out the target she's actually casting on. But you can still use the ability when she goes stunned. It actually, the ability takes off. Or if you don't need it as strong, if you just want to kill an enemy, you can actually launch it a little bit early. And even here, see how I launched it? Plus, you can launch it when somebody else is doing their ult. That's kind of the cheese ability, as some people call it. So when another hero is using their ult and she is bringing up her ult, you can actually fire it and it'll land, like Safiya's there. See, I fired the ability. So time wasn't even going through because Safiya was using his ability, but her ult can actually go off and still hit while somebody else is using their ult. So I'm not sure if it's a little bug or if it's something of that nature, but it's a pretty cool ability. And look at Nemisu's totem, just took Belinda all the way out, giving Safiya the ability to, and then look at Kaisos. Kaisos runs to the bottom with his ult to take out that totem. I think he was just really, really angry that it killed Belinda. But again, he used his ult on the totem. Belinda will do the same though. She'll actually turn around and use her ult on the totems if there's totems behind her, which is a pretty interesting RNG effect. And Chimera and Brutus seem to be the two that are a little difficult. Once Chimera's ult goes off, it seems like the totems can't keep up with it, or the life leech ability, for that matter, just can't keep up with it. And Estrilda, when she uses her little charge ability, does that quick little stun, which if she's casting her ult, that will actually make it go off, so she will not complete the cast because she gets knocked down with the ultimate ability. In Kaisos, I do like just his ult where he runs around, same with Gorvo, leaves the back line completely exposed because she'll actually jump to another place. But she does have the scatter bolt, which is a bolt that stuns the enemy. So out of this team, not only the distraction is she does have the ability to stun. When she gets her signature item to plus 30, her regular attacks actually turn to, I believe, scatter bolts. So the scatter bolts do stun. So I think in at least PvE or PvP as well, she would be a monster if she can stun pretty much all the time. And this one, I think Belinda might have us beat here. All right, so just like the other teams, we'll go ahead, we'll give it one more try. Just because sometimes when you're getting further into the campaign, it is a little bit of RNG. As you see, we got that totem up right behind Angelo, which takes him down. Belinda goes to ult the totem, but it's already killed. And Safiya just takes him right out while Safiya attacks so fast and does so much damage. He is just destroying everyone else on the battlefield. All right, so dealing with Leica here. And Isabella, it seems like she always goes for Brutus. Every time that we've kind of faced her, she always just goes right for Brutus. I think he's one of the weaker heroes in this formation, but might be due to gear, because I know they're all the same level short of Safiya. They're all on 160. But that's okay, because he goes immune quite a bit. And Safiya's just taken out Grezel, but we do have a totem on the bottom that Safiya takes right out. And here comes the big ult. Actually let it charge up almost all the way. Boom. And that's it. Just like Belinda's ult, she does the same. AoE damage that'll just, at this point, destroy whatever target. Her signature item is on plus 19, I believe. And there's the totem in the middle. That's the perfect placement. Took out Isabella. It took out Chimera. Meanwhile, the rest of the totems are just perfectly placed. 3 totems up on that one. So if you're not using Nemisu, try him out sometime. He's a hero that I've never used. One of the reasons why I do like the faction team so much is I see a lot of heroes that I don't use. He is one I haven't really used before, but he does have some cool abilities. As you see there, Nemesis was just attacking the totem over there. And of course the ult just takes out both of them. So I feel like this team is very, very solid. What I want to do ultimately with it is get K-Sauce up, so get his signature item unlocked when he hits Mythic. Probably using Safiya at that point, and then adding in Screg. If you don't know the rework of Screg, Screg is a super solid tank that can't be CC'd, does a stun, I believe, every 10 seconds. So adding that with Nemisu's totems, which a lot of heroes will attack, getting stunned from Screg, getting stunned from Safiya's Scatterbolt, and K-Sauce just doing a ton of damage like he does. And even there, I moved Safiya to the top, because again, I didn't want her to be putting all of the damage into Brutus when he goes immune. And K-Sauce, unfortunately, just like that, either went down or ran away, which I think he died on that one. So this is going to be a close one as well. But the ult is coming if we can get the ult off, which there, again, just kind of cheesed it. So he took out 3 of the 5 targets. This one I'm trying to hold off because I don't want to hit his immunity shield, which there we go. So while another hero was using their ult, I went ahead and shot her, used her ult, so just manually used it. Took out 3 of the 4 targets that were on her, just leaving Brutus. Which is, like I said, kind of a short little way that you can kind of just cheese her ability. And even there, see the ult goes off before Nemesis finished his. Because it'll actually go off and hit and kill the target before someone else's goes off. So 15-36, we are almost done with chapter 15. Move her right back to the beginning because I'm hoping we can get a couple of stuns and everything on the bottom line, but unfortunately K-Sauce goes down a little bit too quick. Here comes the ult. Hopefully we can take out, boom, 4 of the heroes right there, getting an ultimate off again with a Scatterbolt to take it out. That was close, but Safiya pulled it out again. All right, 15-37. Pharrell here is really, really strong. If you've used him, he has that Horrify ability, plus he does have the ability to nerf your energy. So even with Safiya's ult, which we got lucky there, Belinda actually casted her ult on a totem behind her. If it would have been casted on Safiya, we would have probably lost that one. So that was pretty close. And again, with his energy nerf here, makes a big difference on getting the ults off, especially because Safiya's ult takes so long to cast. Not only the build-up time, but the couple seconds that it takes to actually do the full power cast. All right, so we are almost done with 15. Hopefully we can push and figure out, finish 15. 15-40, when you complete it, you actually unlock the Stargazer. I've only used the Stargazer on one account, which was on the Lightbearer account. Haven't used it anywhere else. But the Lightbearer account, we pulled Rowan. That way we could get him up to the Mythic Plus level. And again, Safiya's ult just destroys everyone. I can't wait to get her up to the plus 20 signature item, so she'll actually up her damage faster. I think instead of 2% or 2.5%, it goes to 3%. So not only getting her some more stats, is upping the damage overall. And her ult, that one didn't do too much. So hopefully we're hoping, oh, this might be the defeat. She's silenced. She's right there. Hopefully if we can... The Life Leech ability saved us. Without Life Leech, we would have been dead by far. So 15-40 is done. So moving on to chapter 16. So now the Stargazer is unlocked. So once we hit 16... and dealing with Arden, so I think we're going to get some Wilders in this one. The roots are so devastating. And roots again. CC in this game, especially as you're getting further in the campaign, CC is just absolutely devastating. It is by far what wins the campaign stages. So 16-2, starting to fight Isabella, all ascended heroes. And look how much damage Isabella does to Brutus. Just absolutely destroyed him. But there again, kind of cheesed the ult to get it off before he goes up to attack. So 16-3, Maulers versus Maulers, almost the exact same team. Just swapping out Brutus and Verk. But that whirlwind is so strong. I'm not sure if I should go Brutus or Kasos. I really like both of them, but I'm going to have to go with one. I'm thinking it's going to be Kasos just because Brutus has the ability to survive with his immunity shield, especially when he gets up a little bit higher, and it lasts a little bit longer. As you can see there, Kasos died pretty easy, where Brutus can actually stay alive, but that looks like it's going to be the defeat for the Mauler team. All right, so we did a really good push, 16-4. We'll go ahead and redeem all of our gems here. So it looks like we started just before 15-12. So a ton of gems, a ton of gear. Let me know in the comments what you think, if it should be Brutus or Kasos. And as always, thank you guys for watching.